Hello, and welcome to the spring semester at Wilmington University. My name is Melinda Prague, and I'm going to be your professor for this online course, Teaching English Language Learners in Grades K through 12. So, the purpose of this short video is to, of course, welcome you and to provide you with an easy way to navigate our Blackboard course. So, as you can see, I am on the announcement page, and this will be a very important page for you in this course. I will post frequent information in this area. So make sure that this is someplace you check every time you log on to Blackboard, which you should do quite often. I won't read this to you because I'm sure you can do that on your own. But you'll see that on this welcome page, in our announcement section, I've given you some initial assignments, one of which you're doing right now because you're watching this video, having clicked in the Start Here section. Reviewing the menu bar on the left, which we'll do together today. Reviewing the syllabus, which is available to you as well. Developing a plan to stay organized and becoming familiar with dates that are important, as well as introducing yourself on the discussion board forum. So let's get started. First off, our semester begins January 13th, and so does our first chat take place January 13th. We'll always meet at 8 p.m. in the Collaborate area, and we'll talk about that a little later. So clicking on the Start Here is where you came to see your video. Again, I have that short introduction and a link to one of our first assignments, which is the introductory discussion board. So let's click there now. As you can see, this took me to the entire discussion board, so let's take a minute to talk about it. At the very top, you have an area known as the Cyber Cafe. This is a place where you can post questions pertaining to the course or to the university or just about anything else for that matter. A way for you to reach all of the students in the class as well as myself. So let's monitor this area and see if we can help each other out. The next portion deals with the discussion guidelines. Discussions are a required part of this course, and you must post to this board weekly. Minimally, you will have an original entry for each week, plus a response to another student's entry. So you can help each other out by posting early in the week to give everybody time to be able to pick one person they would like to respond to. By the end of the semester, you will have 14 original posts and 14 responses, minimally. So I need to correct that, and I will. Sorry about that. That says 7. That was for a shorter course, but we'll correct that, and it will be correct when you log on the next time. For your first post, you're going to introduce yourself to the class, tell why you're here, and what your long-term goals are. If we click into that area, you'll see that I've already done my post, and it says Meet Your Professor. Now, I've created a short video for you to click on, and you can be as creative as you want in your introduction. If you would like to create a short video, you can do that. If you want to post a picture of yourself so we can get to see you, you can do that as well. I'm going to leave that to you. You can also perhaps take a look at some of the other things. I wouldn't go too far ahead in posting because your post should be reflecting the things that we are doing each week in class and reading about. Our next section, we've already been there in the announcements, but we want to click on Syllabus. Now here you have two documents I've loaded, and I suggest that you save them perhaps to your desktop or in a folder. You've got the course syllabus and the course outline. So I'm not going to open this for you. I think you can read these on your own, and what I would like you to do is to review this material prior to our first chat and come with any questions that you may have. The rest of these links are generic to the university, and you can click on them for any information that you may need. But let me call to your attention the attendance policy. Now you may have said that's exactly why I took an online course, because I can't attend in person. True. But we still monitor attendance in online courses. And how do we do that? Very simply. It's done by your logging on and participating in Blackboard. So in order for you to be assured that I mark you present each week, you must have logged on, you must have done your discussion posting by the end of the week, and if an assignment is due, you must submit that as well to stay on task. So we have a long block this semester, but there is a reason for that, and that is because you have to create lessons and deliver them in two different settings over the course of this semester, in your own classroom and in a colleague's classroom. So that not only takes a lot in terms of preparation, but in terms of time. And most students would find this almost impossible to do in the shorter block. So hopefully having the 15 weeks, that will take some of the pressure off, but it's important not to procrastinate so that you can get this all done and do it well. But let's take a look and see what our weeks look like. All weeks are arranged in the same manner. So you've got a little orientation for the week, what you should be thinking about. We're going to look at week 1 in detail. Who are our language minority students? And what is culturally sensitive feedback? What are the factors, the sociocultural factors that should be taken into consideration in L2 teaching? How will you accomplish this? Well, you're going to read in your text. You're going to look at the online activities that I've posted, and then as well you will post to the discussion board. So you'll see that I've got a short video on culturally sensitive education. Goes back to our focus. And something for you to look at, which method is best in teaching, in L2 teaching. And here we go again. So by using this information, you then should get an orientation to where we are going. Now, I can click on week 2, and you'll see very similar, but here I have some additional information. How to write a reflection paper. Why? Because you're going to be doing that, and that will be due the next week. Whenever something is due, I remind you the week before. You've got a website to look at, another video, and I've tried to vary it with videos, PowerPoints, websites, to keep you engaged throughout this process. I'll be adding new materials that I find as we go along. Often they'll be posted in the announcements section or in the course material and website area. And you can see that further down on the left. We'll talk about that later. So when an assignment is due, and we see here next week something's due, that will look a little different. So let me click on week 3. You'll see I've highlighted that this is due, and you can see here is where you will be submitting your work. When you go to click to submit work, and you can do this ahead of time just like I am, you can view the rubric to see what is it that I'm looking for in this submission. And I'll be using rubrics to grade each assignment. And you'll be submitting right in this area. And you can see it pretty much follows the same format as we've seen before. So, moving along, you can also get to the discussion board with this link over here. You can see all of the rubrics in one area. Actually, I shouldn't say that. They're not all here, but the one for the discussions is here, and for your SEA. But you can see them within the different weeks as well, and you'll be very familiar with them. You have an area called My Grades, so you can keep on top of how you're doing. There is a faculty content area, and this will be updated with my information for you. You have a link to the library, a calendar, additional course materials, how to write a reflection, how to forward your email, and I suggest you do this. If you're not one who checks your Wilmington email daily, then forward this to your personal email so you don't miss out on anything important. We also have some websites. Since this is an online class, we're going to be sharing selectively some really good websites. If you have one that you think is great that I don't have, I'd like you to share it with me as well, and we'll share it with everybody. Our online chats will take place in the Collaborate area. So this is where you will click for an online chat. I want you to visit this ahead of time, and I'll create a test area so that you can make sure that you have the proper Java downloaded, that your browser's compatible, and so that you can participate without any difficulty. So basically, that is your introduction to our course. We'll be discussing in our first chat the course assignments and more of what is expected of you this semester. I look forward to working with you. I think this will be an interesting semester and a wonderful learning experience for all of us. So enjoy the rest of your time until we begin and till we meet online. Take care. Email me if you have any questions or concerns.